Episode number 9 here in the closet. What's going on, guys? Oh, you know what? Hold on. I will be right back. I almost forgot to close up. Alright. So, anyway, this episode, I get into a little bit of postapocalypse, and where I read off not your favorite, but some of my favorite Facebook posts and or linked articles and such like that. I actually got another one here in a second. And again, I talk a little bit more about my my other YouTube series that I'm going to be starting working on tonight, actually, after I'm done recording this. And like I say in my discussion coming up here, it's going to take a little bit longer, so I'll probably have first episode out in a couple weeks, just because I want to have, some stuff built up. And also, the logo that I'm working on it's a little bit more time consuming, because it involves a bunch of pictures, and I got to do some editing and all that stuff, but, whatever, that's the life. So, more news on that later. I have a title that I'm pretty sure I want to use, but, I won't say anything until it's official and I get it out. So, anyways, if you're interested in more hobby-related stuff, go check it out. And if you're not interested, I don't give a shit. That's your problem, not mine. I mean, I guess it kind of is my problem, but all the same, whatever. And while I'm at it, I do have another edition of Postapocalypse. So here's one. This is just a photo. I'll link the article in the episode description for you guys to look up yourselves. But so apparently in the 1910s, we also had another pandemic going on. I believe it was the Spanish flu. And well, I mean, you don't really hear about these things because, well, we kind of got a shitty education system now, right? I mean, we're getting to the point where, I mean, even, as far back as a few years ago, there were a lot of states, mostly the red states, that were, I'm talking out of my ass here, kind of, but not really. But there were a lot of states, namely ones that weren't doing so well in education to begin with, who were pushing to try and remove certain things from schools, like AP classes, which is stands for Advanced Preparatory Classes. Now, AP is good for a number of reasons. One, they teach you more advanced material, so if you can hack it as a student, you might as well take it. And more importantly, they also give you college credit. I was fortunate enough to take well, I mean, I guess I wasn't really fortunate, but I did take AP Bio when I was in my last year in high school. And one thing you should know is that the AP system, aside from the normal class grades, they also have a ranking system based on how you do, based 1 through 5. No, I'm getting that wrong. So the class itself is based on the regular, A through F grading system, right? But then at the end of the year, and this is the important part, there's also each AP class that you have has an AP test, which is ranked 1 through 5. And so this is what tells you, this governs exactly how well you did in the class, and is what's used to get college credit for your class. And usually you have to score a 3 to get a credit. And it works different for every school, and yeah, for every school. Now, like I said, I took AP Bio, and I was fortunate enough to get a 5 on my AP test, which is pretty damn good, and I was able to just completely waive my science credits when I was in college, which is was it? I mean, on paper it's only, what was it, like 2 credits, but that was 2 classes that I didn't have to take, and that was nice. My other AP class, I unfortunately was not able to test out of anything. I didn't do as well in that one, but anyways, the point being is that there have been a big push over the last decade or so to get rid of AP classes, first of all, or at least the testing part, that actually matters, and also to get rid of certain things from curriculums, especially involving American history. I know there's some states have tried to push to not have taught African American slavery, for instance, or anything dealing with Native Americans and how their whole situation was handled. I'm not gonna try and get into it now. Do your own work. Hashtag. God damn it. But anyways, so this edition of Postapocalypse, I have an article from 1910. Like I said, there was another pandemic going on, the Spanish flu, which we were dealing with as well. But back then, obviously there was no. Actually, when was this? Okay, so this pick is from a news article from 1918, which, for those of you that was basically around the same time as the First World War happening, and before the Depression of the 1930s, where basically everything in the country went tits up. At least in the cities. I guess in the country. Everywhere, basically. Now that I think about it, I don't actually know why that happened. I mean, I know it was because it was a stock market thing, right? Where basically just a lot of businesses basically just became worthless, or something like that. I don't remember. That's not the point of this. But anyways, 1918, Spanish flu. We had it here too. But there was no social media or anything like that, so these things basically, they just kind of disappear into history. And so do things now too, but at a much more rapid pace. But so apparently, during this time, get out of here. During this time, people were also required to wear masks. What a coincidence, because it was a pandemic. That's the thing to do. And this will tell you how different the time was back then as to compared to what it is now. Is people who didn't wear masks were the ones that were being what's the word, ridiculed, and there was much more stricter laws on it. Where Singh says that people in during that time, people who refused to wear masks or just didn't wear masks, whatever, were called maskslackers. So they had their own term back then. And in this article, some mask slackers apparently got into gunfights with the police. And let me see if there's a date on this. There was no date, just the year 1918, but I guess in one day in San Francisco they arrested 100 people on disturbing the peace. Basically a gunfight over masks. And I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to know that if something like this happens today, I would not be, I would be 0% surprised. I mean, you already have, people starting verbal fights, really, over this kind of thing. And, I mean, it's just a matter of time. Especially now that, people have social media and actively try and start confrontations. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets shot. People get shot for less as it is. And that's not even including, anything police related or war related. Just here in the States. If you are unfortunate enough to have the first letter of your first name be the same as the first letter of your last name, your life is over, basically. All you can do is either move to LA or New York, try and get in some kind of entertainment industry, and that's pretty much all the options you have. Why? Because that kind of shit just comes with it's the I'm special complex. Now, I say this realizing that, one of my cousins actually has the first letter of his first name is the same as the first letter of his last name, and he turned out all right, which is fine. But we'll just call him the exception to the rule. I, on the other hand, do not have this problem. Lucky me. But I guess at the same time, it's kind of hard. I have a normal ass name. Carson Murdy. Like, I have the name of, like, the old world royalty that you don't know anything about. But I ain't got any of the money at all, right? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you heard... Well, first of all, I think whenever you see my name on, like, a job application and then you scroll down and it also says Hispanic, you're like, wait, what? This isn't a real guy. In fact, fuck, I almost forgot that actually happened to me. One of my first open mics, I had my name in, and my boy who was emceeing, he pulls my name out of the buck, and he's like, "Oh, Carson Murdy, that's not a real name anyway." I'm like, what the fuck? I'm right here. I was also dressed completely in all black because I had just gotten off of work, so that didn't really help either. But whatever. I am a real person, and you're listening to me right now, so there. As far as I know, I'm the only real person. In the closet, anyway. What's up, Closeteers? I just wanted to come on and throw out some little tidbits for you. So like I said last week, I'm excited. I finally got all the equipment I need to start that new YouTube channel. Not going to put the name out yet just because, you never know. I want to at least, put something on YouTube first. And, well, like I was saying before, it's a little more hobby related. So, it's going to be a bit more time consuming. And, well, I still have to, test out or get everything set up and then, start pounding out some videos. And I'm also working on the logo for that one. That one's going to take a little bit more time because I'm doing some more junk with Photoshop, which is, again, more hobby related. So there we go. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, yeah. So, I'm just waiting for that sweet THC to kick in right now. It's coming. Now, also, in addition to that, the last time I went to Vegas was back in January, again, for hobby-related things. And, well, going from LA to Vegas, I always like to stop at... Now, let me back up a bit. One thing that's interesting for me is that I hadn't ever been to Las Vegas before playing Fallout New Vegas. So that was what I knew entering the state of Nevada. And it was interesting. Although, we'll see. Yeah, no. I played New Vegas before I ever went to the real Las Vegas. Even counting the time that, I first passed through Vegas driving down here. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah. Okay, so whenever I'm driving up to Vegas, and I like to drive personally, but I always stop in a town called Prim, which is like, again, in New Vegas, Prim is like one of the first areas that you have to go to as a beginner in the game. So, I like to stop at Prim. A lot of it... Shit, I haven't really even played it for a while. Like parts of it are pretty faithful to reality. Like they do have, I think it's the Buffalo Bill Hotel. Whereas in the game it was like Whiskey Pete's or something like that. But it has the roller coaster that goes all around the building, and it looks ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure that it's not even functioning. Which is weird because, like, in the game, technically, you could actually go out, walk around on the, the roller coaster tracks, but there was no reason to. Like, all there was just, like, a couple of guys that you could, a couple of bandits that you could shoot down and hope they didn't fall off the track into the ground, and you have to, like, oh, okay, run back to the hotel. And as far as I know, there wasn't really anything up there. Although, now that I think about it, I never really looked that hard, so... I'm sure there's some weird secrets or something like that, but whatever. I also forgot to wear a hat again right now. Which, my hair's not looking too bad, but I'm definitely needing a clip. These sides are growing out. I've been debating just doing it myself. I mean, I got clippers that I use like for my beard and for my balls. I don't see why they can't be used for my hair. The only thing is I'm not. I don't know if I can get the back looking right. And I definitely don't want to do all that bullshit with, the scissors at the end, like after your barber or hairstylist, whatever, buzzes up the sides and the back, and then they gotta go in there like just clipping away. So, I can't do that. Plus I can't see in the back of my head. Even I don't have those kind of mirrors either. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just let it, grow out like all long and curly in front of my face like fucking anime. But anyways, so I stopped in Prim like I always do, and they have like right off the highway they have a massive gas station, probably the biggest one I've seen in this part of the country, at least. I know. Sorry, I hear people walking around. I usually do this at night. And, I'm surrounded by my clothes. And I'm behind a couple doors. So nobody should hear me. More importantly, I shouldn't be bothering anybody. But, so yeah, I stopped in the gas station / subway / welcome center. I think there's probably something else in there, too. I think there's like a currency exchange, I believe, too. And so I went back into the beer section, and now the one thing about this particular gas station is that they even though it's not anywhere near Vegas, they kind of follow the rule, like the casino rules for alcohol pricing, which means that it's through the roof. But I went back there just because I didn't realize it. And I stumbled across this. If you can't read, it is the God of Thunder Baltic Porter, which means it is dark as shit and strong as fuck. In fact, where was it? 9%. Yeah. And it's brewed by Tenaya Creek Brewery. I'll put it in the descriptions, but it's a based out of Las Vegas. So there you go, hometown beer. Now I've had a couple of these already. Like I said, it came in a 4-pack, and when I say that Prim follows Vegas rules for pricing, this shit was $24 for a 4-pack. So better be good. I still don't even remember how it tasted like, but I haven't actually had one of these since I brought them back home. I drank a couple when I was there. I figured I should save the rest of them for later. Look at me, I'm already burping my ass off, but ooh yeah. It's got that nice chocolatey porter smell to it. Strong and thick, just like me. A little bit of coffee in there too. I think that's the if I remember right, that is the like what the definition of what a porter beer is it's like brewed with coffee and chocolate, which I don't know, it's nice. I don't mind a good porter, but what I'm really a fan of, that's kind of hard to find, is like a good brown ale, because those are instead they're brewed with I want to say walnuts. Oh, so good, especially if you get shout out to AleSmith company. They make the I'm sure you guys have seen like the Dead Guy ale in stores. That company, or not AleSmith. Fuck, I'm sorry. AleSmith actually makes a good brown ale too, but no, I'm thinking of Rogue. Is the brewery that I'm thinking of. They make the they have the Rogue Nut Brown. So good. It's you know, it's a beer, and it's a dark beer, so you get that nice heaviness, and yeah, a little bit similar to like a porter, but it's also, you know, sweet like a nut is, and it's fucking amazing. I remember there was one bar that we used to go to that before it got filled with douchebags, but you know, hey, credit to them, they get a bunch of business. Of course, now no bars are getting businesses, but they had this stuff on tap. Yeah, so I can hear people moving around. Okay. But yeah, so basically I would be, I don't know, that was a good night out for me. And granted, dark beer is living kind of dangerously, you know, if that's what you're going with. I mean, even for me, which I could put them down pretty good. It's either a gift or a curse. Especially my first few years, always just, you know, gone like that. But, yeah, today I'm drinking the Viking shit. Apparently. This one also isn't too roasty like other porters. Actually, I think stouts are the ones that are roasty. You know what? I'm not a brewer. I don't really know jack shit. But what I do know is that the podcast finally got its first DM. All right. Now, granted, it's a fake DM from a bot. I've been getting these a lot on my my regular account too, even though I haven't posted anything about this or like my my goals in entertainment. But well, you see. So yeah, this is actually a group DM from DD Odell's 1737 wants to send you a message. It says, "Hello, hamster, or no, a mice face emoji. I wait for you here, and an arrow pointing down. It was sent to the Jankity ass podcast and 5 other unlucky, unfortunate souls. So basically what that is, there are just some people trying to sell nude photos or some shit like that. Just bad hustling. So we're going to delete that and say, good try, but try again. Or don't try again. Or get somebody else to try. Actually, send me something real. DM me at the jankity ass pod. Actually, what the fuck? Let me get the exact. Yeah. jankity.ass.podcast. At jankity.ass.podcast. On Instagram. Why am I. The fuck? There we go. Sorry, my shit froze up on me for some reason. No, I don't want to add an account. You know what? I'll just close that Instagram. Fuck it. Look at me on my phone while I'm working, huh? Working for nothing. Actually, you know what? Let me see. I mean, hell, we've already been in here for 15 minutes. I might as well keep going, right? Still got a couple more days before I gotta even put out an episode. Oh, not that anybody cares, but I do also do my own editing on this. Well, obviously, I mean, I'm recording out of a fucking closet. I don't have employees. Shit, I'm not even my own employee. Really. Okay, come on. Show notes. Oh, yeah. Dude, like right after last week's episode, I saw an ad. I don't know if you guys saw this. Russelcrowe's coming back to the screen. Whether or not it'll be the big screen or the small screen remains to be seen. But he's got this movie. I saw an ad for this movie coming out called Unhinged, where he basically plays the bad guy. And, well, this isn't really spoilers because it was in the trailer, but basically, he plays he put on some pounds, first of all, but he basically plays a, kind of a down on his luck, wife left him, or died or something like that, guy who's just going out to whatever, and I guess he, cuts off some lady with her kid who, honks the horn, and basically he just, snaps. And it turns into, a pseudo, killer chase movie where he just goes on a fucking unhinged rampage, blowing shit up and probably killing people. And it looks insane. He looks like an insane person. And it's, you know what? I should actually... Did I download IMDb? Did I download IMDb? I did not download IMDb. So, I'm not going to try looking up who else... Fuck, you know what? I better do it. I'll Google it. I will do my own work. Just like y'all should do your own work. Okay, Google... Unhinged. 2020 film. Here we go. Cast. So, Russelcrowe. His role is the man. He doesn't even have a name. He's just unhinged, basically. And then the antagonist is played by Karen Pistorius. Character's name is Rachel. And then she has her on-screen son, Kyle, who's played by Gabriel Bateman. I wonder... Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if he's related to Jason Bateman in any way. Dude, makes sense. But... And then there's some other some other actors in here, actors and actresses. But ooh, let's see when it's coming out. News. Says post-pandemic. Oh, fuck. Oh, here we go. Sets release July 1st of this year, obviously. But yeah, no, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it's more of a thriller. Yeah, it's a thriller. That's what it is. It's not a straight up drama per se, because dramas don't include explosions and violence, basically, whereas a thriller does. And it's not really a horror movie or a gore flick, thankfully. I never really liked gore movies. You know what I mean? Like I like a good bloody thriller or like a war movie. I guess just makes sense, but like a gore flick like Saw, I saw the first one. But and that one was kind of cool. Even though, again, there was some gratuitous stuff, like it wasn't ridiculous, right? But then the movies after that, they were made for a certain kind of audience, or people who really wanted to get rid of their girlfriends, I guess. Or I like just like a good, scary movie every once in a while too, like something ghost related or what have you. But no, this is a thriller, Unhinged. Check it out. I will at some point, even if that means well, shit, I guess that means in this case I'll probably have to just rent it on Amazon or something like that, which I've only done that once so far. I rented Bloodshot when that one came out, and I was high as shit when I watched that movie too, so it was a little expensive because the rentals are it's like $20 for 24 hours. Which, but actually, now I think about it, that isn't too bad, because if you're like a whole family watching it, it's not $20 per person. So it's actually pretty good. But I'm just by myself, so I shelled out $20 for me. But that's fine, because everybody, should treat themselves every once in a while. Let's see. I do not really want to deal with any of these notes right now. Some of them are old. Fuck. Let me see if I saved anything. Maybe we can do a little postapocalypse. Maybe. See if I have anything good. So. Oh, so I'm just going to read the headline to this one. Post-apocalypse. It's time for another post-apocalypse. This is a story out of, or actually, story out, it's either, I don't know if it's either out of Nebraska. It says that a Nebraska woman. Here's the title of the article. This 66-year-old woman is suing all gay people. Dash, yes, all of them. Okay, I might as well read the the opening paragraph, which should tell you everything. A Nebraska woman is suing every gay person on Earth and asking a federal judge to rule on whether homosexuality is a sin. This is... Oh, they got the name of the lady too. Sylvia Driscoll, age 66, It's one number off from 666, by the way. Fuck, just putting that out there. Describes herself as an ambassador of God and his son Jesus Christ. And will serve as her own lawyer, by the way, in Driscoll v. Homosexual. Reported by ABC News. In her 7-page petition, written entirely in cursive. Okay, that's actually pretty good. But it's written, which means she didn't type it out. Driscoll doesn't reference any case laws for U.S. District Judge John M. Gerard to consider, but she does quote the Bible and Webster's Dictionary. Yeah, it says it does follow up. It is a story from Nebraska, which I'm not too surprised. That's, that's some middle of the country shit. And I also lived in Nebraska for a while. I did my 4.5 years of college there. Let me see if I can yeah, that's pretty rich. So there you go. Apparently, if you want to sue every gay person, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. Whatever, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Have a good night. And, yeah, y'all. I'll be back very soon. Probably even before this. Bye. So anyway, there you have it. Ugh. Trying not to burp. Like a baby, almost. Anyways, another episode in the books. Is the last one of the single digits. And next week, we're going to be in the double digits. And the week after that, I should hopefully have the first episode of my new YouTube series up, my hobby series. It's either going to be Wednesdays or Thursdays. I haven't completely figured that out yet, but it's not going to be at the same time as this, because obviously the idea is to, spread out the content. But anyways, that'll do me for now. And, keep listening, stay tuned. Like and subscribe on YouTube, iTunes, any other podcast app you guys have. Well, maybe not any other one, but the ones that I'm on. And also, give my Instagram page a like, jankity.ass.podcast. Leave a like, leave a DM. And I'm going to be starting another page for my YouTube series as well, and I'm also some point down the line I'll probably also throw up a Facebook page as well, which will be more relevant for the YouTube series. But for now, it's just going to be Instagram until, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But for now,